Hi guys, it's me Sierra. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing the long-awaited homeschool Q&A, and I actually did one of these videos about 2 years ago when I had first started my channel, and I still feel like that video is pretty relevant. So if you guys want to go watch that, I will have it linked down below in the description box. So before I get started with this video, I just wanted to clear up a few things just so that there's not any confusion. So I know that a lot of people who are in public school are switching to do virtual school, but I just wanted to say that's not what I'm doing. I come from a homeschool family. My mom traditionally homeschools my brother, and my dad works from home, and I do online school. And with that being said, I've actually done every single type of schooling out there. I went to public school from kindergarten to 7th grade, and then 8th grade and the first semester of 9th grade I did online school, and then the second semester I did a private hybrid school. So that's basically where you go in 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days you do online school. So now I'm back at full-time online school, if that makes sense. So I know that's pretty confusing, but that's where I'm at, and I'm not a public school student doing online school. So like I said, I've done everything, I know it all, and I'm just here to answer all of you guys' questions. Okay, so the first question says, how long have you been doing homeschool? I've been doing it for 3 years, and I personally love it, but homeschool is not for everybody. It works for me and my family because we all operate from home, but I know that everybody's home life is different, so homeschool might not be for you. Also, you have to be self-motivated and stuff like that, so it's not for everybody. I love it. But how do you incorporate your Bible time while you are homeschooling? And honestly, it's so much easier to incorporate your Bible time when you're homeschooled because you have so much more flexibility. So whenever I went to the hybrid school, I already had to wake up early for school, but if I wanted to read my Bible, I'd have to wake up at like 5 a.m. each morning, which is fine because I was doing something that I actually liked. But when I'm homeschooled, I usually wake up at like 8 o'clock, and so doing my devotional, I'll do it from 8 to probably like 8:30, however long it takes me. And you can start your school whenever. I like to do it in the mornings, and I'll do it after I do my devotional, but it's just so much easier because you have all day to do your school at the end of the day. So doing your Bible time is not really affected by school when you're homeschooled. So the next question says, how long do you spend each day doing your work? And it honestly depends, but usually on a typical day I spend about 4 to 5 hours doing my work. Some days I might have like portfolios and essays, and it might just take me a longer time to get my work done, but usually it only takes 4 to 5 hours. And that's what I like about homeschool. You can work at your own pace. Most of my lessons are pretty much like 2-day lessons, so if I want to do that 2-day lesson in a day, I can do it and get ahead. But if I'm not understanding something, I can take that 2 days and I can work at my own pace. So I really like that. So the next question says, who is your teacher? And this is honestly such a good question because there are so many different types of homeschooling. Like I said, my mom traditionally homeschools my brother, so she is his teacher, but she's not my teacher. I have teachers for every single subject, and I also have classmates too, which is pretty awesome. My school is basically everything that you would have in a brick and mortar school, but you're just doing it online. And the thing that I like is that the teacher-student interaction is so amazing. We have to have monthly calls with our teacher, and they'll just talk to you about how you're doing, and if you're doing fine in your work, then the call is probably not going to be that long. And then in the beginning of the year, you also have a welcome call. So I have that in a few days because I start school on the 5th. So you get to talk and meet your teacher. And then another thing that we have is live lessons. Those are basically Zoom, so it's everything that you would do in a Zoom meeting. She's just reviewing lessons and just explaining things more in depth that maybe the lesson didn't explain, so it really helps. It's like that class time. And then we have live help time, and if you have any questions, it's kind of like a drop in drop out kind of situation, so you can ask any questions you need, or you can call your teacher anytime you want. Like I said, if all this virus stuff wasn't going on, we would also have field trips like normal. And in the past, I met all my teachers in person, so it's kind of nice to put like a face to the name. And the teachers, they usually have like a picture of them, but it's really nice to meet them in person too. The next question says, do you think it's easier than going to school? So it honestly depends on like which aspect of easier you mean. So as far as like the flexibility, the freedom, the ability to work at your own pace, I think that's so much easier. But as far as the work, I still have the same amount of work that my public school friends are getting. Of course, I don't have like homework, but I'm still doing most of the same classes that my public school friends are taking. So it's still school at the end of the day, whether you're doing it from home or if you're in a brick and mortar. So that part, the actual school part, that's hard, and you can always, you know, ask your teachers for help, ask your parents for help. It's honestly not that bad, but I mean, I think it's easier in the sense of flexibility and all that, like I said. This next question says, so do you get dressed for school at home? Yes, I do. We're not even allowed to come downstairs if we don't have our day clothes on, if we don't have our beds made, and if we don't have like our face washed and stuff. So, you know, I still have to treat it as if I were normally going to school. But the thing about it is that I just have to get out of my pajamas, so I don't have to like wear something that's, you know, totally fancy. I could literally put on a sweatsuit if I wanted to, but I just have to be out of my pajamas. So the next question says, what classes are you looking forward to this year? I'm just gonna read to you guys all the classes that I have, and then I'll tell you like which ones I'm really excited for. So I have health, AP English, literature and composition. I have honors biology, geometry, career explorations, AP United States history, and Spanish too. I'm really looking forward to English and United States history because those have always been my favorite classes, just because I always do the best in those. But I also am really looking forward to Spanish. I like that. I've been taking it for 3 years now. And then I also have geometry, which I feel like is going to be better than algebra. I'm not sure, but a lot of people say they like it better than algebra, so I'm really excited for all the classes I'm taking. I am taking a lot of AP and honors classes, but I mean, I'm sure I'll do fine. I'm really excited, and those will also give me a bunch of really good credits too. So the next question says, advice for incoming freshmen. If you guys didn't already know, I didn't even say this, but I'm a sophomore this year. So last year I was obviously a freshman. And I would say start your freshman year on a high note, because it's gonna really help the rest of the years of high school. If you start getting good grades in your freshman year, it's gonna like set you up for the rest of your high school year, because if you start from the bottom and then try to work your way up to the top, then it's gonna be much harder. Whereas if you're already doing good in school and you already have, you know, a high GPA in freshman year, that's gonna help for the rest of your high school years. I also know this is gonna be really hard considering the circumstances, but if you can join clubs, do that. It is gonna help so much. You can meet so many new people, and even doing extracurriculars if you're not a club person, just getting to know more people. It's your first year of high school, so it's gonna help a lot. Okay, so the next question says, do you have a set schedule for the whole day, or do you work at your own pace? So this is a really good question. A lot of my public school friends who are doing virtual school this year have where their teachers made them have like a whole schedule, and they have to be doing a certain thing at each time. So for me, it's not like that. As long as I turn in my lessons when they're due, and as long as I go to the live lessons, I'm fine. The teachers aren't gonna bother you. So I do get to work at my own pace. Like I said, most of the lessons are 2-day lessons, so if I want to do it in 1 day and turn it in then, I can. And if I want to do it in 2 days, I can, as long as I get all my stuff in by the due date. So those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm trying to do more of a back to school series on my channel this year, because last year I only posted one back to school video, and I know that a lot of people like seeing these videos. They like to get a little bit more help, and like I said, I've done everything. So if you guys have more questions, you can ask me in the comment section down below. But I hope that this answered everything that you had, and I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.